Hey guys, so today this tutorial will be covering the steps to complete a full set. I will also share a few materials needed. So starting off, you'll want to make sure you sanitize, of course. And both you and your client have washed your hands with alcohol. Sanitizer is optional. Be sure to remove any water or damp areas on the nail with paper towel and or a wet alcohol lint-free wipe to dry the nail completely. Now, let's start our full set. The most important part is prepping. Get a cuticle pusher and begin gently pushing the cuticles back. By doing so, this will help remove dead skin from the nail plate that usually is the cause of lifting. Here's a side view and up-close example. Make sure that you are holding it at a 30-degree angle, not anything above that. Next, you'll need your desired drill bits plus your sanding mandrel bit. The mandrel bit will be used to remove the shine from the nails, including dead skin. It's your preference as to which drill bit you would like to use and how many. Me personally, I like to use this one cuticle drill bit and the new sanding bands, the skinny ones. Here I am just showing you the motion that you will go in when removing the shine from the nail. Also, anything used in this video, you will have access to it. It will be in my Amazon storefront, linked in the description box below. If you're not using a live model, you can use a hand file. The drill won't do as much as the hand file because it is fake and it's just made of plastic. So we're going to go ahead and use that hand file. Once you are finished filing, you can just dust that away with your dust brush. Filing the free edge is optional. Me personally, I like to just clip all the nails to one length, very short, so it doesn't cause any problems. It's now time to place the tips. You want them to fit sidewall to sidewall, not too big, not too little, and then you'll glue it to the very edge of the nail. If you're having troubles with getting the nails to stick, you can purchase this spray. It works wonders. Everything will be intact. Now, I like to use this nail form for the length. I'll just ask the clients what number do they want, and then I'll clip there. But if you like to use each hand to size it, you can. Or maybe even a nail tip cutter. Those are okay as well. So here I am going in with my scissors, and I'm going to clip it to wherever my client desired length is. Next, we're going to grab our hand file again, and we're going to begin filing. But if you check the way I'm holding this file, you do not want it to be lifting different ways, going sideways. You want to hold that file straight up and literally file. But you also want to watch what you're doing. Don't overfile because it is very easy to overfile. So I suggest you file, stop, turn the nail around, look at it from different point of views because you do not want a skinny nail. Or you can file so much to the point the nail disappears and comes off. Now, once you're done filing the sides, it is now time to file the end of the nail. So you want to put pressure on the nail tip and the client's nail plate because it will feel so weird. So we're going to either file up and down. You can turn your client's hand the other way. Whatever is comfortable for you. I personally don't like this way. It does not help me. So I will just begin filing this way. But it is optional. Whatever your preference is will work. Now, once we're done filing, you are going to blend the tips with your hand file, or you can use your drill. But again, we're working on this plastic non-live model. So we're going to go in with our hand file and remove the shine and blend the tips, which is also optional. But here's the motion if you're using a sanding bit. You want to be very careful because you can burn your client. Now, once I'm done filing, I like to dust everything off. Go in with my lint-free wipe. I spray alcohol on it, and we're going to remove all that dust. We don't need any lifting. This is all a part of the prep process. Next, I like to go in with my Extra Bond and my Nail Prep from Mia's Secret. These two right here, you could use whatever you like, but this just gets the job done for me. So the first thing you apply is your dehydrator. You just go in, remove the shine even more from the nail, and then we're going to go in with the Extra Bond too. You can just use your primer and go on about your day. Me personally, I like to do the two-step. You're going to get your desired acrylic, monomer, favorite nail brush, and it is time to lay the acrylic. If you like to know what I use Young Nail. It's my favorite. I also have my Kiara Sky brush, size 14. So here we go. When you are going in with your brush, we're just going to first dip it inside. When you're grabbing your acrylic, you do not want your brush just dripping like this in acetone. Not acetone, but monomer. You do not want to do that at all. We actually need to drain it. So you see how the brush looks? It's not too shiny, not too wet. You are going to dip the brush inside the monomer, push away from you, and bring it towards yourself when you're grabbing the acrylic. Again, push away, bring it towards yourself. No dipping, no dragging. You want to, it's like a tap motion. So if you're in person, we're already talking about it right now during our class, but just remember that. No dragging, no dipping, okay? Push away from you in the monomer and the tap motion. Always remember the tap motion. So let's grab our client and let's get started. So when you are placing the bead down, you can place it whichever way you feel is comfortable. I'm holding the brushes 2 different ways just to show you how I may place my bead down. But it's always whatever is comfortable for you. And remember, that first bead is not going to go at the top near the cuticle. We're going to put it where the nail tip and the actual nail meets. All right, so we're going in with our first bead. Here I go, not too big, not too small. We're going to place it right at the bottom. Place it down. Make sure you put your sides back to the middle. This is exactly what I'm doing in the video because you don't want it to overflow. And I'm just slowly dragging the acrylic where I want it to go. So always remember that you are in control of your acrylic. You don't want to pat too hard. You don't want to tap too hard. You have to be like very light with acrylic. Now, if you see the sides, they're not together. I don't have any acrylic over there. Now, I'm right-handed. Usually on the right side, it's always taken care of, but my left side is not taken care of. So you have to literally make sure the acrylic is over there because you don't want a client looking at the side of her nail and nothing is there. So as you see, I put the acrylic down. I'm cleaning my sides up. I'm also trying to keep my shape the entire time. This is how people lay acrylic and they don't have to do too much filing. So this is me getting that excess off and paying attention to anything that needs to be done. Do not let the little pieces at the bottom of your acrylic get to you. You can either grab it with your finger, cuticle pusher, or you can just worry about it at the end and drill it off. So now we're going to go in with our second bead. We're going to place it right above that bead that's right there. You can use 1 or 2 beads, whichever is great for you. But as the beginner, I recommend you do 3 beads. The first one we did, the second one we're going to do, and then the third one as your cuticle and your apex. So just pay attention to what I do here. Now, in this case, you can see I overflow my cuticles. We don't want any flooding because this will cause lifting if it touches our client's skin. Skin produces oil, sweat. You don't want to do that. And we don't prep the skin. We just prep the nail plate, which is already dead. So if it was to get on the client's skin, she will be texting you back about lifting, and you don't want any of those problems. Now, here I am going in with our last bead, okay? I turned my brush a little sideways just so I can pick up a little bead, as you see. We're not going to place it at the cuticle. Like, let's place it before the cuticle, and then you want to push the acrylic back where you want it to go. Because if you were to place it on the cuticle, it could spread, it can flood the cuticles. We don't want that. We want to be in control of the acrylic at all times. And voila, here you go. Just like that, that last bead got us together. Also remember, if you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below and we will answer as soon as possible. All right, here goes one more example. Dip your brush in, push away from you to drain the brush, but you don't want to drain it too much. Push away to drain, grab your bead, 1, 2, 3. Here goes your bead. We're going to place it down, not at the top of the nail. Now, you want to make sure you get all your side walls. So we're going to push it over here to this side, push it over here to this side, and you just bring it down, stroke it down. Stroke it down. Yep. Stroke it down. Stroke it down. Remember to clean those side walls. Side wall, hold your brush straight up. Or you can do it sideways, but I prefer straight up to keep it sharp. Now, either with your finger if you have gloves on. If you do not, let's get all that excess off the bottom. Now, in some cases, you may see the nail, but if you flip it over, it's product in there. You can grab that with your finger or you can drill it off in the end. But me, I usually use a cuticle pusher and I get it off. There we go. Now, your next bead will maybe go here and you'll stroke it down. You wouldn't want to put it all the way up here because it'll make a dent. So you don't want that. You want to sit it here and stroke down. Right here, not up here. And here we are again. Place the bead down. Make sure you have all your sidewalls covered. And once you do that, you can then begin your stroking process from right, middle to left, left, middle, right, whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Again, be sure you're not patting too hard. It's just a light stroke motion. Now you can continue watching this tutorial. This is pretty much it. Make sure you guys check out part 2 for our shaping and designing and things of such. Again, if you have any questions, please make sure you guys are commenting down below. Pretty much everything should have been taught or went over in our class, our nail boot camp. But this is just more for you to go home and watch so you can remember the process, the steps, what exactly we were talking about, and you'll get the hang of it. And remember to stay consistent, because without consistency, you will get nowhere or not far. Check out part 2.